Joining me as he does every Wednesday, my good friend, wordsmith and broadcaster, Kel Richards. You've got a good list this week, Kel. Let's get into it. Russell, one of our viewers, says that he read recently university students that have been asked to complete learning modules describing non-Indigenous Australians as settlers and guests. But he says, I was born here, so why am I a settler and not an Australian?
Russell, you are not a settler. You were born here. You're definitely not a settler. The word settler dates to about 1653, and it meant then, and it still means now, a person who moves to take up residence in a country or territory where they had not lived before. Now, just think about that meaning. That's what the word means. To say anything else is to disembowel the word of its meaning, and that's what these university modules are doing. They're disemboweling the English language in a really ugly way. And then in the case of Australia, even with more recent migrants, when they go through a citizenship ceremony, we don't induct them into settler status, we induct them into Australian citizenship. So the thing that worries me as a language bloke is this is destroying the English language. It's taking the common sense meaning out of the word settler, and that's a very destructive thing to do. Why is this happening in universities?
It's designed to diminish the citizenship of those Australians, whether they've earned their citizenship by doing the test and decree or whether they were born a citizen. That's what it's designed to do, and disenfranchise them from their rights in this country. Hey, the Human Rights Commission thinks the word Harmony Day or the phrase Harmony Day hides systemic racism, but we've had a lot of viewers contact us on this to say, what on earth is wrong with harmony? Isn't harmony where we're all supposed to want to head, says Irene?
I think this is another attack on the English language. One way to undermine language is to replace positive words with negative expressions, and that's what they're trying to do. I mean, Harmony Day this year is Friday, March 21st, I think, and all the little kids in school will be celebrating Harmony Day. The Australian Human Rights Commission wants them to celebrate International Day Against Racial Discrimination. Can you imagine that rolling off the tongue of a 5-year-old? I mean, it's just silly. And you're right, it's a wonderful way for kids to celebrate what is going on in our multi-ethnic mixing pot sort of society. It's a great idea, and harmony goes back to 1533, comes from a Greek source word, meaning jointly, together. We normally use it in music, and it's a wonderful word to describe our society, which is harmonious.
And we're teaching little ones at a young age that we are harmonious and we've got to keep it that way, as opposed to saying you're born inherently racist, which is rubbish. Kel,
yes,
thank you.
Exactly.
See you next week.